Ticket Machine is the official ticket broker of Spartan Nation. No matter what you need a ticket for, border to border, coast to coast, the Ticket Machine is your ticket source. So whether you need to get into the hottest concerts, the best sporting events, you want the best seats in the house, or you just want to get in the door, when you want to go to any event that requires a ticket, anywhere, border to border, coast to coast, it's always theticketmachine.com. Theticketmachine.com, 517-655-3201. Check it out today at theticketmachine.com.
Here in Fort Wayne, Indiana, with the #1 basketball player in the country for the 2019 class, and more importantly, just a super young man, killing it in the classroom, killing it on the basketball court, and a great person, Keion Brooks Jr. Keion, thank you for having us come, brother.
Nice to meet you.
It's great to be here with you. Thank you for having us. I want to dig in on you. Tom Izzo says that some guys play basketball, some guys love basketball, some guys live basketball. It's where they care about it, they dream about it, they think about it. You are that last group. You live it, love it, and like it, don't you?
Yes, I do. It really consumes me. I love the game. The game has always been good to me, so I just try to go out and play as hard as I can and get better every way I can.
I don't want all our interview to be about basketball, Keion, because I don't really think that's who you are. You're very well-rounded. So let's go to the classroom. A lot of guys who are basketball players like you are as good as you, and let's not say a lot of guys because there isn't a lot, but basketball consumes them and they don't care about the classroom. You know that. You see that. You do. It matters to you now. Is that mom, dad, or both?
It's both mom and dad. Yeah, they really try to make sure, basketball doesn't last forever, so at the end of the day I need to have a degree so I can go out and do other things with my life.
Good for you. Let's talk a little bit about your parents. They're very special people. They're wonderful people. And they have, you know this, there are a lot of parents, if their kids have a chance to even go Division III, they're dreaming of the NBA and they almost try to live their lives vicariously through their kids. Your parents, they're worried about being Keion's mom and dad, not his agents or anything else. When you see those other kids and their parents, and you look at yours, are you able to appreciate how blessed you are?
Yes, I am. I think they have a good balance between the two. Sometimes my mom's tough, other times my dad's tough on me, so they really keep a good balance on keeping me on track and not letting me get the big head and just, I still got chores and stuff to do at home and stuff like that. I'm still a normal kid, so they make sure that I'm staying on track and doing what I got to do.
Keion, knowing your mom, Sarita, I don't think it matters if you were a 10-year NBA multimillionaire. You're still going to have chores when you come home, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
That's the way it works. I want to dig a little bit deeper on an issue with you that I think is important to ask you about. You, every time I've talked to you, talk about wanting to get better. You are driven. What drives Keion Brooks Jr.?
Just the love for the game. I don't want to cheat the game. I just want to just get better every way I can. I see there's things I want to prove on. There's stuff I want to do. So getting better is just what helps me get to where I want to go.
You said something to me the first time I talked to you about 7th grade kid, and you look there and Tom Izzo's recruiting you, watching you. That meant a lot to you that he was the first, didn't it?
Yes, it did. To have Tom Izzo the first to see the potential and the talent that I have and actually sit down and watch a game and see what I can do. And for the next 3 years now, just continuing to watch me and just have interest in me, that really meant a lot.
Keion, could you explain to us about your relationship with Tom? Because it seems pretty special.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes I call him on the phone, we talk. He tells about what's going on with the team, and I tell him about how I'm doing in high school. We just have a really nice relationship, and I feel like I can talk to somebody anything.
Is it fair to say, because I don't want to misrepresent, but it clearly, and I think this is when Tom has had his most success, whether it's with Miles Bridges, Draymond Green, whoever, it's because he's built that friendship relationship where he's able to be a leader but also have a friendship. It seems like he's already started that with you, am I right?
Oh, yes, you're absolutely right.
I want to talk about the other MSU assistants because there's some really good guys. Of course, DJ Stevens, Mike Garland. I call him the Bishop because he dresses like T.D. Jakes. And Dane Fife, who works a lot with the guards. 3 very special men, very special coaches. Could you talk about your relationship with the staff as well?
My relationship with staff is very nice and tight, especially with Fife. I call Fife at any time. He jokes with me, and he also tells me what I need to work on. He tries to get down and see me whenever he can.
Mm-hmm. How special is that to be able to pick up the phone and call assistants and head coaches and talk to them about whether it's, hey, I just had a bad game, or talk about life? How special is that to you?
That's very special. You know, I can have outside resources, you know, to go and talk to besides, you know, my parents and high school coaches to help me see what I need to work on or to get better at and just become a better man as well.
That's a great one on your part. So let's go back to the recruiting process. What other schools are you hearing from besides Michigan State, Keion?
You know, lately I've picked up some interest from Louisville. I have other offers from Butler, Purdue, Kansas State, Iowa, and Xavier.
Okay, let's talk about Purdue for a moment because they're in the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. What are your thoughts on Purdue?
No, I like Purdue. I really do like them a lot. They were the first to offer, so that kind of means a lot as well. Mm-hmm. You know, I like their style of play, and they're not too far from home.
What about Iowa?
I do like Iowa. You know, they're also in the Big Ten. I talked to one of their assistants a lot. I haven't really got to talk to the head coach a lot, so I really don't know where I would stand with them.
Okay, and Louisville. What is your thoughts on Louisville?
I like Louisville too. They're not too far. I always grew up liking their style of play, so Louisville they intrigue me too.
How would you describe your style of play? I know what I think. I want to hear what you think.
You know, I think I'm very versatile. I can do multiple things on the floor, and I just want to go out and do whatever I do to have my team win.
Let's talk about defense, because you're one of the few guys in AAU who actually know defense exists. When you talk to Izzo and them, do they talk about that? Because they want guys playing defense too.
Oh yes, you know, basketball is not played on one half of the court, so even if you do score, you have to go back and defend the other guy. So they do talk to me about being a better defender. You know, I think I'm pretty decent, but I still have some ways to go on being a defender. Okay,
the Keion Brooks Jr. that I know, when someone says, okay, you're decent at that, you take that as a personal challenge to get better. You want to. Yeah. Miles Bridges once told me, I didn't want people to say I played defense. I wanted them to say I was a defender. Mm-hmm. That's kind of, there's a lot of Miles Bridges in Keion Brooks, isn't there?
Oh, yes, it is. You know, I always wanted to be the guy to stop the best player, guard the best player. So I just don't want to be out there on defense. I want to be able to make an impact on the other end of the floor.
Keion, if you had to write a scouting report on you, what do you think that you do best?
I think what I do best is probably get on the transition, you know, be able to finish and attack above the rim.
Okay, what do you think you got to get better at?
Probably being defending on the wing. As of lately, I've been transitioning from being down on the block to be more of a wing guy, wing defender, so that's probably where I need to take the biggest stride.
What's the biggest lesson you've ever learned from your mom?
You know, just always work hard. She has this saying she loves to say, hard work beats talent, and talent refuses to work. So you can be the most talented guy in the world, but if you don't put any hard work in, the guy who works harder is going to get the opportunity that you missed out on.
What's the biggest lesson you ever learned from your daddy?
Just to appreciate the game, love the game. You know, the game is not going to cheat you, so don't cheat the game.
Ken, there are a lot of basketball players who are top performers like you that love the attention. They crave it, man. It's like a drug. You, I don't think you crave it. I don't think it intimidates you. But to me, you're like, yeah, okay, great. I mean, you've always been respectful to me, but it isn't like, hey, do another story on me. And I'll have recruits who will send me text, do another story. You don't seem like a guy that is craving the limelight. That tells me there's balance in your life. Am I right?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. You know, I've seen stories where kids coming up through high school, middle school, they've had all the limelight. Now we don't even know where they are now or what they're doing. So I just want to the attention is there, but, you know, I just want to keep getting better and just focus on my game and not let the media and stuff take care of that.
Tom Izzo is known for a guy who will bench players, stars, if they're not performing in the classroom. He wants you to be the best at everything. Now, I know mom and dad love that about him. But I think there's a part of you that likes the fact he's going to demand more of you in the classroom. Am I being fair to you?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. I like being held accountable in all aspects of life, you know. That's part of being a man. You have to be responsible and be accountable for what you do. So I have to be accountable in the classroom as well on the basketball court.
You are not a guy who's experienced a lot of failure. You're very talented and good and just about anything you do in your life. So what was it like this year, state championship game, and you lost.
It was a tough pill to swallow, you know. My teammates and I, we dreamed about getting there all year. We got there. We were a play short, but, you know, that just made me more hungry, made me want to get better even more, to get down there and win it again next year.
So your dad told me, he goes, I got to tell you a story. You lose in the championship game. You go and just went right into the gym, started working your tail off. Then you had a chance to go on a spring break trip. And you're like, Dad, I just spent the last week trying to get better. I don't want to take a week off. And you didn't want to go on a spring break trip because you didn't want to lose it. Is it safe to say Keion Brooks is a basketball player, but you're driven? You refuse to lose, don't you?
Oh, yes. I don't like losing. It's that feeling. I never want to feel that feeling again. So I'm going to go out and work as hard as I can to make sure that feeling doesn't get there. Next year when I get there in the state championship, instead of sulking and crying, I can probably celebrate.
Awesome. Can you tell me what you thought of Michigan State, just the campus and then the game day experience?
Oh, I like Michigan State a lot. I've been there a lot, you know. Been to football games, been to the practice facilities. It's a very big campus, you know. It's nice to get around. People are always nice and respectable, so I just really love the atmosphere they give.
Okay, I was told by someone, I had to ask you a question, somebody here in Indiana. But they said one thing that pushes Keion is the word respect. He wants people to respect him. I was told by somebody at your school. That's why he works hard in the classroom. He wants people to not think he's just a dumb athlete. He works hard in basketball, wants to be respected. When you walk into a Michigan State and you see all those banners, I mean Irvin, I mean all of them. You know Draymond one day is going to be up there, and there's so many other great Spartans, but all the banners. What does those banners mean to a guy who respect means everything to?
It means a lot, you know, to see that they've earned they've earned their respect, you know, so I want to be able to make my own path and earn my own respect as well. I don't want it to be given to me. I want to earn it, work for it.
Good for you. Now, you got 2 years. I mean, you just finished your sophomore year, so it's not like there's any rush. Do you have a mental time frame of when you want to make your decision of where you're going, or at this point is that not even on the radar?
Yeah, at this point I haven't really thought about it yet. I just want to just keep getting better, you know, let the offers keep coming in, you know, just take my time with decisions. Don't want to rush anything.
Awesome. Thank you, Keion.